kicking their feet. Grandma humming as she shells that sweet. Fresh big corn in a feed store sack. Neighbor waves once, then he never goes back. This is that Wolfpack farm life in our hair, down our smile, big sky Sunday, small town night, laughing so loud you can hear us 4 miles. We got touch, we got heart, we got time on our side. Running wild on Wolfpack farm life. Oh, yeah. Rain rolls in, we dance in the mud. Boots get heavy, hearts stay young. Storm blows past, sun comes through. Every little thing here feels brand new. This is that Wolfpack farm life in our hair, dirt on our smile, big sky Sunday, small town night, laughing so loud.
That guy don't know what's going on. He says, "What are you two doing?"
Running wild on the Wolfpack farm life. Running wild on the Wolfpack farm life.
Well. Good evening, everybody. It is time for Thursday's Thoughts on April 30th, 2026. There's a few of people that know what today is. 18 years ago, I got married in a motel parking lot. It was a strange day. One of the sprayer operators that I was working for about ran out of fuel. So I took out a truck. It was kind of a low center of gravity kind of a truck. And I thought I was going to back into the field and I got stuck. The boss come out and said, "Holy cow, you know better than this." Anyway, off we went. Later on, I took a tender truck out to another operator, 3 750-gallon tanks. They were full. Pardon me. I turned the corner and the bed slid off the frame. The boss comes out, he investigates things, and he says, "Well, I guarantee you weren't driving too fast." I said, "Well, no, sir, I was not." He goes, Travis just locked himself out of a sprayer. Travis was also the guy that almost ran out of fuel. And he says, "Now this," he says, "Are you sure you want to get married today?" I went, "Yeah, because it can't get any worse than this." I mean, it could have, but it didn't. Worked out pretty good. That was 18 years ago today. We've known each other for 21 years. No, yes, 05. That's right. That was my race number. Was 05. It's been a stretch, but it's been a good stretch. Many trials, tribulations, things we learn on the way, things we'll continue to learn. It is Thursday Thoughts, which means it's Thursday Thoughts with that's backwards. Twisted tea raspberry flavor today. Kind of ironic. I pulled one out, and one of our watchers, who happens to be in the other room, said, "Where's mine?" So she has a twisted tea peach flavor. we'll have more people filter in, guys. I'm sure of it. There's some of those guys that, I'm sure are watching one of their other shows or something like that. They always filter in later. We'll continue on, that's for sure. So, what do you have today?
Laundry.
That seems to be an ongoing process, no matter where you're at, no matter what state you're in, no matter what house you're in. Laundry is an ongoing thing. You'll see me look off this way occasionally. That's because one of our watchers is watching on her TV, and occasionally I get distracted by it. But it's all getting fun, guys. It really is. We do have some topics to talk about tonight. Somebody sent me a list here a while back, so that's what we're going to use. We do have fuzzy mics, but you iPhone users, this is what they sent me to plug into my phone. However, I have to use this, which that receiver plugs into this. This thing don't work. I found that out when I plugged it to my mother-in-law's phone. So we're going to find something different for Shop Talk to use. That way you can hear JD and I a little bit better, and we'll get that all figured out for Sunday shows for sure. Things are going good. We did put a money down on a house. I think we talked about that last week a little bit. We went and done some roof patching on it on Monday before it started raining, and it rained all day today, which was a really, really good thing. It wasn't a downpour. It wasn't a toad strangler or nothing like that, but it was for sure very welcome, and we're very blessed to have it for sure. Guys, let's talk about scams right quick. I'm sure many of you have got the State of Kansas and the District Court of Johnson County Traffic Division. Now, this is like the fourth one of these I've got. Of course, don't do nothing with them. Report them as spam and delete them. Do not do anything with those. That's just a scam because somebody don't want to get a real job. This is Thursday Thoughts. We can do fun and creative. We can do work and professional. We can do many different things. I see 4 people in here now. What do you want to talk about? And of course, I'm not sure who you guys are. I haven't quite figured all that out. As you can see, I just now got the name up there. I can do something like this. I figured out how to do this. There's Wendy Basket Case, aka Wendy Bowers. She's always supporting us. Good friend. I'm sure she's probably just coming off of what is it? Regulator show, right? That'd be a Longhorn Lester show.
I don't know. I think he's later. I think he comes on at 9.
Well, she supports us, guys. It really is cool. Wow. And there's Chester. Chester's a new subscriber. And I'm sure, wait a minute. I thought that was Slick. I thought you were Chester.
I am.
Yeah, but she says, I am Chester.
No.
That's Tina's cousin, guys. She just found a channel. She's been on Snapchat and various other things. She's a fun person. Her and Corey are more than just family. They're very good friends too. They have yeah, yes, Paula, for sure. They have supported us through many things. When Tina had her first open heart surgery, they were up there with us. They come down to Texas to see us, and they're really good people. They support us a lot too. What else we got? Those of you that know Delta Whiskey 25 would have seen a video. I believe you put it out yesterday. That is probably the most honest and heartfelt video I have ever heard David say. It was straight from the heart. He knows what he wants, and he knows what he wants to achieve. And those 3 goals he's listed, he's had those for a long time. And it's good to see his videos, or his it's good to see his videos, yes, but it's good to see him try to pursue those dreams. So continue to support him and what he does, and be creative, and I mean, give him those kind of support messages. Uh, Sometimes I will segue, guys, so bear with me. I had a guy in Texas tell me that. You segue on conversations all the time. Yes, I do. Horribly bad. So fun and creative. Let's start off with that one. Um, Actually, there's one before that, but I'm not sure what the title is, so we're going to go with it. What is a secret no one knows about you? That's a good question, because most people know stuff about me. You sent me the list this time. You answer this one.
That nobody knows about me.
Says, what is a secret no one knows about you?
I don't think there's anything that nobody knows about me.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough question. We could ask Slick that. Paula, what's a question nobody, or a secret no one knows about you? That's not going to get you in trouble. Or Wendy, anybody that's on here can answer that question. We're pretty much like an open
I
book.
was pretty wild in my college days. I think everybody knows about those, though.
Yeah, and I'm looking in this other room to see what kind of reaction we're going to get from that one. There's a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. I've heard some of those stories that Tina was kind of a wild child, college girl, but that's okay. No, Paula says, well. Okay, well, the next one says, what does your ultimate dream life look like? That's kind of a hard one, too, because I thought I had it in Texas. That doesn't mean I don't have it here. But life threw us a curveball, that's for sure. But we ran with it, and we're going to succeed at it no matter what. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep on moving. Oh, Wendy, that's terrible. I guess you'll just have to listen and sit in the dark. But that's okay. And if you got to go, we fully understand that for sure. But that's important. You know, you don't have to have all the material things in life to living a dream. That is probably one of the most important lessons that a lot of people could learn. They could learn not to be so entitled, demanding, realize that, they can just maybe look around the corner, look in the mirror, and maybe this is it. Maybe it's not it. What do I need to do to pursue that dream? These are kind of interesting things to go through. If your life was a sitcom, what would it be called? Yeah. What would it be called? Variety Life. That's probably what mine would be called, because there are so many things going on in my life that it's just, wow, there's a lot. What about you?
Probably just life's a rodeo.
It is, guys. Our life is a constant whirlwind. We're always going somewhere. We're always doing something. There's just always something to do. Usually Fridays is our travel day to doctor's appointments, or that other feller in there to the beauty shop. We're just always constantly doing something. We like to try to load a truck up at night on Friday night so we can take it in Saturday. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, go into my page, and we have some videos on there of what we've been doing at the farm. We've been busy. On top of everything, just everyday life, then we do this too. I throw out some animal videos. Guys, I'm still trying to figure out what y'all want to see. It is so wild because one day I put up, I think the weather was really crappy outside. And so we decided to install new ceiling fans in. I had like 900 views on ceiling fans. The next time I put in the Brahma cow, that thing said 1,300 views. Um, I have a variety of things there, it's for sure. There are some videos of my son when he was I believe he was a sophomore. He's playing football. You'll see number 60 on there. If you have your volume turned up on that very first one when he sacks the quarterback, you will hear a very high pitched squeal. That is him, and he sings bass. So he was pretty charged up for that one. The wrestling videos, of course, the father-son duels in Decatur County is a long, long, long tradition. And I was about 340 pounds back then when he tried to put the body scissors on me, and it didn't work out too well, but that's
But he
okay.
still hold his own.
He did, and he was wrestling 145, 152 that year, so there's quite a bit of a weight difference there. There's just a variety of stuff on there, that is for sure. Many different topics. So, like David says, if there's something that you want to see, let me know. We'll see if we can't make it happen. We'll try to get some more, videos going of what we're doing at the farm. Guys, I forget. I get busy and I'm like, oh crap, I should have videoed that. Maybe we'll get Tina out in the Gator again and she can do some filming for us.
Yeah, we ordered my Gator came from factory with a heater, but it didn't come factory air conditioning. But we did order air conditioning to put in it. My brother's going to wire the air conditioner in it when it gets here, so I'll be a little bit more comfortable to be out.
Well, there's news to me. That's cool. I heard about it. I didn't know she did it, but that's okay. Wendy, if it's raining down there, that's really an important deal, because I think I heard him say the other day that they are like 19 inches short on rain, which is huge. So if they're getting some rain, that truly is a good thing. What else we got? We got a dog barking. I'm not too sure what he's barking at, but he could have seen his own shadow and bark. So
Cats or bunnies.
yeah. There ain't no telling what he's barking at.
Or the vole coal with a hole.
Yeah, guys, we have some what we call a vole, a VOLE out here. I trapped one of them. We dispatched it. How do you say that? I guess we sent him to the sweet by and by.
Yes.
Well, when I typed that in our group chat to my brother-in-law's, it auto-corrected to coal. So I said, I'm going to go get rid of apparently a coal. And one of them said, that's good because a coal's a pain. And then I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, I went back and read it, and sure enough, it auto-corrected. So coal vole ended up in a hole, or coal the vole ended up in a hole. They can be a real pain. I haven't heard them as bad as like a lot of other things in the world. They can tear up a lawn pretty good because they kind of burrow a little bit shallow, kind of like a mole does, but they just don't leave the hills behind. So, there's those things we're getting rid of as we cruise right on through our process. We are really close to being able to bring that house in. We have to move some cars, and then I believe we have to get rid of that other trailer, and then we can bring it in. You know what, Wendy? I missed that episode. I truly did, but I did come home and Tina said that you won, and that was totally cool. But I'll have to go back and watch that. I for sure, Wendy, I for sure will. And Paula, if you don't know what we're talking about, there's kind of a side story to this. Years ago, so it'd have been 8-9 years ago, every time I come home, Tina is doing this, which was really, at the time, nothing out of the ordinary, except she was watching a video. And after a while, I was like, "Are you watching garbage again?" Well, then it just kind of caught on, and I think I said it last week. We sent something down to Lester for his animal sanctuary thing, and I explained in a letter to him how I came to watch the channel. No, I don't think so. um, she sent the letter. We sent the letter to him, and I explained to him that we how I started watching it, how I used to harass Lester or Tina all the time about watching garbage, and so that kind of started that trend of the whole garbage thing, and that's kind of how we came to watch, Lester and the Morrow clan. Um, and then we kind of decided, one day we want to like promote the kind of model building stuff and the creativity that JD does. Um, well, the birds are still awake. Because sometimes, that creativity never does really get promoted a lot. So that's why we started to build the channel up into what we're doing now. We just included a lot of different other avenues and a lot of different other things. Um, what else do we got going on?
We're not far from, you have to come up here, Paula, and help me decorate the house.
We're not. I mean, it truly is. We're from where we started at, pardon me, a couple of months ago, I was like, oh my gosh, this is an undertaking. And as we worked and we just kept steady at it, we kept on cruising right through it. And so the Paula on the south side of Virginia's house is a clear path to the pasture on the west side. All of that is completely gone. We've cleaned all of that up. And now we're going to start working on going towards the north. We're going to take out Daniel's old trailer. And I think I know that guy. I think that's the guy that lives up the hill. Oh, there's a side joke to that too. When you see him, you have to go, so how is it up the hill?
Oh, he lives on Snob Hill, does
Corey's
he?
up
Corey
the
lives
hill.
on Snob Hill.
Corey, brother, it's good to see you. I'm glad you came on. I was going to try to invite a guest, but he hasn't answered yet. So we will we'll still wait and see what he's doing. Wendy, Corey is Tina's brother, one of the 5, right?
Yeah.
So we have Corey, Daniel, Sonny, and JD that are here in the States. And then, of course, the oldest one, Leon, lives in the Philippines. He is a retired military guy from the Navy.
Army, Navy.
Well, I think he went into the National Guard to finish out his term stuff.
Yeah.
But and then he lives in the Philippines now, which you will find, I think, if you do a little bit of searching, you will find a lot of military guys decide to retire in the Philippines. Which is kind of cool, they're able to do good things over there. I totally lost my train of thought. I seen that great interior decorator thing, and I lost track of what I was thinking about. And Leon is the oldest. Oh, the Philippine thing. I seen a story about today, a little while ago, about that Japanese dude that surrendered in the Philippines. Now, some of you may know this story. We'll go ahead and say it again. After World War II, or during World War II, one of the Japanese people, there was, I think, a squad of them, they were told to defend their post. They ended up in a cave. There was 3 of them for the longest time. They were not going to surrender. They were not going to come down until they heard it from their superior officer. 2 of those guys died. That third guy would not come down. He refused. He would not surrender. He didn't hear it from his boss or nothing. Well, his superior ended up dying. So they had to go search for a relative of his superior. They found one. They brought him out to the guy, and the relatives explained who he was. The guy knew it, and the guy ended up surrendering and surrendered. What's that mean?
I don't know.
This is just a random comment. Who? Like JD turned into an owl or something? Is kind of this the thing? I believe James Ball, guys, is JD. He is the star of Shop Talk on Sundays. For those of you who don't know, Wendy, you are getting a crash course in the whole entire family thing tonight. That's for sure. Anyway, the guy that retired, the Japanese guy, my dad was in the Philippines when that happened. So it was kind of a neat little tidbit kind of a thing. He does talk about that in one of my videos. Oh, okay. This is the conversation between Corey and JD.
Oh,
okay. All right. I'm starting to catch up. The bad thing is when I read a comment, I lose track of what I'm thinking about, and then off I go. Well, nobody's saying anything mean like all them other channels, so maybe that's why I get distracted. They're all saying nice things.
Be careful, the boys will start saying mean stuff to you.
See, I can show what they're saying too, though. Well, not that any of those guys are going to care. So, like I said, we did get some rain today, which meant a shop day. So I was stuck in the shop with that Corey V guy all day. It was fun. It was interesting. Worked on a lawnmower, getting them ready. Worked on a water trailer. Drove a couple of tractors to town. That was kind of a rough, bumpy ride because that thing kind of did the whole bouncing thing, right down the road we go. I still haven't got an answer on our guest. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing something.
Who?
I do believe we are starting, Corey. I do not have to go to Oakley tomorrow, so we can, if you would like, we can start tomorrow. I know you got something planned in the afternoon, but if you want to try to get a little bit of something done, we sure can. Holy cow, guys, I'm drawing a complete blank. I'll go back and ask them other 2 fellers the questions we had up earlier. Corey and JD, what's a secret no one knows about you? I'm not sure. I should have asked that to those 2. Oh, good Lord. There they go again. That's fine. I mean, it shouldn't take us very long to get ready, so we'll be all right. We were asking questions earlier. I don't know if you guys were in here or not, but what is a secret no one knows about you?
They might not want to share that secret if nobody knows.
I can see a finger pointing out here. I'll be right back. Are you behaving yourself?
I went to check on the dog to see if he was behaving.
You only watch TV when there's other talking about him. Actually, I've never seen him watch TV before. He's never. Cleo would look up there, but not this. Go lay down, goofball.
What was going on?
Oh, Mom was telling him to watch me on TV.
Oh, try.
That's the secret. I have an awesome brother-in-law named Corey. You know what? There is something about me.
What?
I'm the only son-in-law, and I'm your mom's favorite son-in-law.
That's what she said. That's what the
I'm her
shirt she
favorite
gave you.
son-in-law. There you go, Corey. I'm the favorite son-in-law, so I am one up on you. Well, Corey, since you answered, I have another question. What does your ultimate dream life look like? You are on the spot. I don't think he wants to tell us.
Somebody won. I don't know if Judy's still on here, but somebody won billions of dollars in Kansas today, but they
Oh,
haven't claimed the ticket yet.
I did hear that. Like a couple of $3 million or something like that
I think it was billion.
from South Central Kansas. She's got both the dogs in there pointing at the TV, trying to get them to watch us. Drake has no clue. Yeah, for such a smart
That's
dog,
a
he's
good
kind
one,
of a
Corey.
ding-dong. You know, that's the same thing Paula said, Corey. You know, it truly is. If we're doing everything we can, you know, and we get happy doing it, that is our dream life. You know, we can always go for higher goals, and if we don't hit those higher goals, that's fine. But you know, JD knows, and of course Corey knows that back in July, June, this was probably
Drake.
not my dream life. It
Drake.
was not really what I had planned on going on. Yeah, see, little boy in there, he don't have a clue what's going on. I think he can hear us, but he's like,
He doesn't
where are
know
they?
where we are.
I see you. So he comes running over to the door. But, you know, and JD asked me one time, he says, are you happy with who you are now? And my response was flat out no. And I'm not sure I'm completely happy, but I'm a lot better than I was when he asked me that question. So, you know, it's a work in progress. That's what we're going to roll with. I'm still waiting on some decision making from the work aspect on as far as where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. For sure, 100%. You know, and this pretty much says it right all. I mean, 100%. Pretty much explains everything. He finds you when you're broken, and that's kind of an important thing. You know, he's there when you need you the most. You know, we got in a conversation the other day at work about this is kind of an interesting topic. Sometimes it's a touchy topic, though. I believe in higher powers. I believe in God. Sometimes the Bible, I think, deceives me a little bit because I look at it because it's been written 100 different times by 100 million different people. So sometimes I don't know where to go. But I look at things like physical evidence. So chariots that were found in the bottom of the Red Sea, that's physical evidence.
Right.
We seen something on TV the other day about the documentary on YouTube where they thought they found the ark thing.
Right.
That's physical evidence. That's the kind of things that do for sure happen. I don't necessarily know as I would consider when you die and when you go to heaven, you go up in the clouds. I don't necessarily know as I believe that if you're going to hell because you've been a bad boy, that you're going to go down in a molten lava in the crust of earth. My personal belief, and this is my own opinion, is I think we're in hell/purgatory right now. I think when we die, if we are staying in hell, this is where we're staying. Crime, death, destruction, all those things. If we're going to heaven, then we're going to a place where there is no crime. There is no destruction. There is no poverty. There's no disease. There's no sickness. Everything is perfect. you know, and the guy I was having this conversation with, some of you know, said, but if you live a perfect life, how do you strive to get any better? Pardon me, which is kind of a wild question, but one that I struggled answering. And the only thing I could come up with is in a perfect life, you don't have to strive to become any better. You are who you're going to be, and you're going to be with what you want to be, and you're going to be at your happiest moment. And there's a term for that, and I can't remember exactly what that term is called, but you know, it was an interesting conversation because we were out cruising around fixing road signs, and he says, "Is this a conversation we're going to struggle with? Are we going to fight about it?" And I went, "No, I'm an open-minded guy. We're not going to fight about it." So we talked for probably an hour and a half about this whole entire thing about where are we? What do we do? Where are we going? You know, is this the end for us? What's your thoughts?
Well, I think my thoughts are clouded from the different religion backgrounds that I have growing up, and then finding what I feel as an adult. So I think it's kind of all over the board in some aspects.
For me, the different religions I struggled with. Um, you know, and one of them that I really struggled with was my nephew when he died. And it was a thing they wanted to do. And I get that and I respect that. But I still to this day don't understand it. I don't, and that's okay. I don't have to
Well, Mass
understand
is
it.
a prayer.
Yeah, but the whole 45 minute of praying of the rosary while you're staring
It,
at your dead child, I didn't understand that.
well, I know
I
you thought it was torturous for your sister, but Mass is a prayer that comforts people in the Catholic's eyes. And so,
and that may be what I missed on that because I do believe they had the option to differ that. Um, and they
she
wanted to
had a
do it,
choice not to have Mass or to have Mass.
and she wanted to do it. But for me, you know, when family comes first, and I've always said that, I struggled with that. I truly did. I just could not understand. I didn't understand how, number one, my nephew died. I didn't get that. I don't, you know, an innocent child that was taken. I just, and sometimes I still don't. You know, sometimes I struggle
And
with, you know, all these things that are supposed to be great in our world, and then the most innocent person gets taken out. The most innocent person goes by the wayside for something they had no control of.
I think it's hard for our family because we lost one the same time you did at the same age in a car accident.
You know, yeah. Matter of
So,
fact, I think he is right there. Oh, Wendy, I had one of those dogs for sure. I totally understand that. I had a German Shepherd that when it thundered, he literally would crawl under my king size bed and lift
oh,
it.
he was terrified.
He
German
hated it.
Shepherd, and he was just terrified like a tiny poodle. And
It truly is, Corey. And I think maybe sometime of us as humans, you know, we struggle with that because, you know, J. Michael died, my nephew died. We were all cruising in the same heartache and same turmoil. And he would have known years later. Here we are, you know,
and
talking about that very thing.
and I've coded so many times on the table and in elevators, and I guess everybody says, well, God's got something in store for you. It's not your time to go.
Yeah, if anybody, you for sure, your time is not up 100%. It's been up many times. And God said, no, I don't want her yet. I'm not ready to deal with her. She's too tough.
I don't know, tough for me.
I'm always so used to JD listening, leading these conversations. You'd have thought, after all the times I've been over there with him, I'd learned lessons from him, but he kind of uses a lot of different terminology and uses it a lot of different ways. Um, and one of the conversations he always asks about is, what do you got on the bench? Now, I can't very well say that because that ain't going to work, but what do you got on your mind? What's your thoughts for the day? And that's kind of where we want to get with um, this show, is where we want to be able to see what people have on their minds. They want to interact with those people. I
I
still
think
ain't.
it's just a time to unwind a little bit together.
It
This
is.
the day and age that we live in is so stressful. And if you can find some place to go and just unwind and let things out, I think that's just the most important thing.
Yeah, Corey, 100% right. She does know that for sure. He says, you of all people know that God has his hand in each and every one of our lives.
Yeah.
For sure. And you don't have to have a building to say that in. You don't have to have a specific religion to say that in. Um, you stress, what you believe. You stress that, hey, I do believe it. I don't have to go to
Hi,
church.
Karen.
Well, what?
I'm glad that you're feeling a little better, honey.
Let's see. This is
Karen is my daughter.
turning into a family event. That's pretty cool. Foxfire Kitten. That's what I was trying to think
Yeah.
of. So we do have a lot of different things. Karen Wendy was on here a little while ago, but her dog was freaking out. She's if you remember Zeus, she has a dog is just like that during thunderstorms. So she had to go take it out. But Wendy's another one that suffers from some pretty chronic migraines occasionally, but I forget what they're called, but it's some kind of a rare one. It is, Corey, 100%. A lot of times you hear people say home is where you make it. On that same aspect, church is where you make it. You don't have to have a building to go every day. You believe in your heart. That's all that matters.
Great Grandma Langdon used to tell me that the only prayer that you had to pray to make it to heaven was the Our Father. It took care of everything that you're going through.
I guess I could ask Karen those questions we had earlier. Karen, I have a question for you that your mom sent me. This one might be an interesting one. Karen, what is a secret no one knows about you? And if it comes up here, I plead the fifth. This might be a good one. While Karen's trying to think.
It's hard because Karen's probably an open book to me.
Yeah, but that don't mean you're an open book to the rest of us.
Me? Yeah, I think I pretty much am.
So you've told me everything that Karen tells you.
Oh, no, I don't divulge her secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that you can't put on here.
Something I'm not going to tell my parents, kind of a thing. Yeah, I think you used to do that, but I think there's a mom in there that said, "Yeah, I already know about that."
Yeah, we always thought Mom and Dad didn't know about our secrets, but they did.
Yeah. Like, what was the cookie dough?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was pretty evident when they come home from town and there's sugar cookie dough on the ceilings. It was from making sugar cookies, and then we made so much that we get tired of making cookies and start sugar cookie dough fights.
And usually, about every story I hear about you starts out with Sonny and I.
Well, Sonny and I were pretty close.
And you've gotten a lot of mischief. Climbing guide wires on telephone
poles. Sonny
poles.
Wasn't a part of that. He couldn't do that. He was a chunky child. I wasn't.
Oh. I see. So Chunky Child can't climb the guide wire of a telephone pole.
But the chunky child can smoke with his sister and burn down the outhouse.
Yes, and I'm sure we've done a few of those things. Karen, let's go fun and creative. Okay, for those of you who don't know, there you go. There's a side. There's
Yeah.
a side note to the sugar cookie the incident that I did not know about.
Yeah, I think that we mistake baking powder and baking soda one time. And oh Lord, were they oh Lord.
Karen says, I really don't like dancing. Me neither. I'm not a dancer. Karen, if your life was a sitcom, what would it be called? Oh, here we go. The story's going to thicken. May not have heard Brothers Corey's side of this.
He said that's what
Oh,
happened.
that I thought he said this is what happened. I was like waiting for more punchlines.
No, that's what happened. We mixed up the two and didn't realize there was a difference between the two of them. And
So apparently you did not take any cooking lessons from your mom at that age.
I tried. I mean, I believe we were, I don't even know if we were in double digit. I mean, I think we're all still single digits.
Oh, fun stories. How about this one for y'all?
Yeah.
Or potty training your dog.
Yes.
What was another one? Oh my God, Mom, the hotel in California has a church right across the street like you do.
And it's Catholic.
Fun times, guys. Fun times. Those are true stories. The sidekick to that one is Karen was looking at Google Maps at our house in Oberlin, not in San Diego. How about this one for those of you that are here? Okay.
Oh yeah. All the time and then try to ride her up the steps and everything.
We got a reaction. Dang it, I lost my train of thought again.
Something to do with Karen and the question.
Rats, I don't remember.
What was the last one if your dream life?
Yeah,
Something.
what does your ultimate dream life look like?
Fishing every day. There you go. That's my girl.
Oh, Karen, Mom got fussy with me yesterday.
Yeah.
You go and watch the video. I was at Scott Lake having lunch. It was a fun time. Could have thrown my pole right out in the water. Probably could have snagged a goose because there was one swimming around out there. What about what's the most adventurous thing you've done lately? Or the most interesting project you completed recently? Those are two kind of interesting things. Corey hooked up an electric valve to the water tanker today. So if there's somebody sitting on the back of it, all they do is flip a switch and an actuator opens up and then it starts working.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's like our fertilizer trailers we used to haul around. We have a water tanker, like for the demo derby and Oakley kind of thing, racetrack kind of thing, you know.
Yeah,
Now you just flip a switch and it opens up the actuator and take off and away you go.
for water.
Mhm.
What do? Just water the roads down?
Well, we could water the roads down. They water the pit for the demo derbies, those kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he was working on. You know, again, there's that creativity part. So we have these electrical reflective tape that we call on Carsonite sticks. And we
I've
use
seen you
those
talking
uh,
about those.
Carsonite sticks for, oh dear. She gonna drive a forklift with a load on the forklift, Karen, or just drive around by itself looking pretty?
She's gonna be the Barbie forklift driver now.
Anyway, those Carconites have a piece of reflective tape on them, and you got to unroll this to come in a big roll about like this. You got to unroll it into like 12 inches or 24 inches, and
The
then stick them.
reflective tape.
Yep, and then stick them on this post.
Okay.
Well, Corey devised this gizmo that it just sits right on there, and then you just pull it. You don't have to unroll it or handle it. I don't have that kind of creativity.
Your brain don't work that way.
No, I could destroy it. I can't like make a new device and put it back together. That's not going to work. I mean, I could tear anything up, but that don't mean I'm going to fix it. That is cool, Karen. I'm living my dream. I'm a firm believer that if one.
That's good, James.
100%. You know, I look at this and go, who is this guy? Because I'm so used to JD, and then I hear Doug say James. I'm like, who are you talking about? I have to like retrain my brain. That's JD. You know, and that's what we said earlier. If you are living your dream and you're happy with what you're doing right now, then you have got it made. That is for sure. The family is really the most important thing you got. And if you don't have that, to me, you ain't got nothing. And that's 100% true. You know, I think JD, you said that on a text the other day. You know, if we don't have each other, we don't have nothing. And that's what we got to have, is we got to have each other. Guys, I am out of questions, believe it or not. I did not hear from that other feller I was going to have come on. I don't know what happened to him, but we'll get him on one of these days. Like I said, guys, shoot me a note, put something down in our community channel. See what you want to talk about. These are just kind of a get together. Thursday is our Friday, so this is kind of our wind down time. We don't work on Fridays because we work 10-hour days during the week. So this is kind of our wind down time. That also rolls into the whole Thursday thought. I thought that was kind of a neat catch kind of thing. And there will be, I'm sure, a lot of people. We continue to build this channel. We will get there 100%. I believe we are at
96.
90. I think we're at 97. 97 subscribers.
Oh, you got one today.
I did. I don't know who it is, but we got one. So like and share and subscribe, spread the word. Tell those people to come join us. Subscribe does not mean you pay for anything. That's probably one of the things that YouTube probably screwed up when they used that term. They should have made it follow, because I think a lot of people think that, well, if I'm subscribing, that means I got to pay, and that's not the case. So, you know, we'll get there.
Well, and there is a little place that it's not subscribed, but you can do a monthly kind of donation type thing. It's like $2 to $5 or something per channel.
Oh yeah, when you like, yeah.
you can do that for people, but it's not necessary. You don't have to. It's just whether you want to.
And that's something, we're not going to necessarily worry about. Like I said in the beginning, guys, we started this to promote JD, and that's who we want to continue to promote because what he does is tremendous. I've never seen Corey build models, and hopefully maybe one of these days he'll come down and show us what he can do on a Sunday show. But the creativity, JD, that you have is just something unseen. And I seen that creativity with Corey the other day. So it must be a hereditary thing because all of y'all got it. Some of the most creative minds I've ever come across. And that's who we really want to support. This is not about me. This is not about Tina. This is more about our family as a whole. I think David says it, really good. I could write all this down, but where's that paper going to go? Am I 100% guaranteed I'm going to know where it is at the end of the day? No. But if I have a digital documentation, this is something I can show my kids, my grandkids, and right on down the line. And those are what's important. They can see these conversations. They can, see what's going on. We're still learning this video process, and you can see that on our Sunday shows when I get the camera wrong. I do believe, JD, we got the fuzzy mic situation figured out. I talked about that a little bit earlier, but this little adapter piece that goes to my phone does not work or is broke. I plugged the other receiver thing into Mom's and it worked fine.
But he has an Android, so
Yeah.
your fuzzy mics will work on James's.
So this, JD, should work in your phone. Should work. But we'll get that figured out because I did see some comments later on that, we can't hear Scott. We can't hear him. And guys, this is all a learning process. We'll get through that. We're going to get better at this whole thing. I haven't done a lot of videos. I'm still doing a lot of shorts. Things get busy at work. But we're going to get some videoing done. Had my little videographer a couple of weekends ago, and that was kind of fun. He was up there just having a heyday, loading cinder bricks in the back of the Gator, as he calls them. Hopefully he'll be able to come out again.
Well, Lee was going to come, but he's not sure because they don't know what's going on for the weekend. And
oh, for sure. And I do believe we're going to do some things in the morning, try to help Corey's side out a little bit. Guys, that's what we got. We don't have a whole lot more. It's kind of cool to have 6-7 people on here at a time. It really is neat. I believe Sunday show we had 19 to 20 on, which is really cool. That means, we're getting out there, word getting out there. People are starting to see what we do. And I'm saying this in a mind frame because I know people are going to go back and watch this. We're going to get some animals. We will do that. We'll do some chickens and some goats, and we'll kind of go from there. Because I do believe that animals is a thing that people really want to see. We'll do some Will It Run videos. We'll do some of those with some internationals up the hill. See if we can get them to run. Those seem to be kind of a catching thing. So Levi and Lee, is that the oldest you're talking about, Karen? And those kind of things. We will continue to work at what we got going on. We should be able to video that trailer when it comes in.
cool.
And those kind of things. So, hopefully we'll get some stuff done this weekend. We'll get some video going, and we will sure continue hard at our process. Guys, I think we're going to close this out. We're going to and close it out the same way we brought it in, because I love this song. It's a total cool creation by David, and he's done really well at this. So we are going to roll with it.
Sun pops up over rusty gates. Coffee in a thermos, boots by the creek. Two good dogs and a dusty truck. Old pack grinning, you were pressing our luck. This is that wolf pack farm life. Paint our hair, good on our smile. Big sky Sunday, small town night. Laughing so loud you can hear us 4 miles. We got toys, we got heart, we got time on our side. Running wild, wolf pack farm life.
Sometime we gotta convince him to put a video of this in.
Yeah.
Kids on the tailgate kicking their feet. Grandma humming as she sells that seed. Fresh picked corn in a feed store sack. Neighbor waves once, then he never goes back. This is that wolf pack farm life in our hair, dirt on our smile, big sky Sunday, small town night, laughing so loud you can hear us 4 miles. We got toys, we got heart, we got time on our side. Running wild old pack farm life. Rain rolls in, we dance in the mud. Boots get heavy, hearts stay young. Storm blows past, sun comes through. Every little day here feels brand new. This is that wolf pack farm life in our hair, dirt on our smile, big sky Sunday, small town night, laughing so loud you can hear us 4 miles. We got roots, we got jokes, we got pride in our eyes. Running wild on the wolf pack farm life. Running wild on the wolf pack farm life.